Righto, back at it again this morning. Just walking past Sinchi Chinatown, as you might recognise. Got myself some Family Mart snacks, bit of a coffee, chocolate Danish, and a ham and egg sandwich. So let's go into the tram and we're gonna go explore some of the historical parts of Nagasaki. Here's a bit of a different view of that Dutch trading post from yesterday. That's really cool. I didn't realize that all of those buildings as well were part of it. It's cool. They look very Japanese at the same time as looking very Dutch. Sort of, well, not Dutch specifically, but like European architecture. There's some fishies in the river. Nice. Okay, I'll give you a quick review of the sandwiches. I got like this one. I think it's in 3 different layers. Ham and egg, ham, egg and something else, and then just egg, just like those egg sandwiches they do in Japan, which is really nice. Basically just like boiled eggs in hollandaise with like a little vinegar or something. The egg sandwiches are really good. I don't think they do them like that anywhere else in the world. Oh, you get 3 sandwiches, 3 little pieces of sandwich. Okay, this is the ham and egg. I mean, it's awesome, you know. It's just ham with like really velvety hollandaise and then scrambled eggs. Boiled eggs. It's ham and coleslaw. It's good. Of course it's good. Can't go wrong. And this one's just the egg. Can't go wrong with that. I've eaten this a million times since I've been here. Well, not a million, but I've eaten it a lot. It's very good. And now I'm going to ruin my appetite just by trying this. Also, the coffee passes. Nothing special. Not offensive though. Just good, solid coffee. This is just like a chocolate pastry thing. I was going to try and warm it up, but I couldn't find any microwaves or anything. Yep, it just tastes like what you'd think it would. Chocolate and pastry. It's been in a plastic bag for a couple of days, but it tastes good. The chocolate's super sweet, like super sweet chocolate. Actually, I shouldn't have another bite of that yet. Finish my sandwiches. Here comes the tram now. Now, I've been noticing a lot of things in Nagasaki are sort of themed, like the Peace Stadium or the Peace Hall or the Peace City Centre. And, well, I guess everyone knows why that is. In 1945, on August 9th, at 11 o'clock in the morning, the US dropped their second atomic bomb, just 3 days after Hiroshima. Right there. And this bomb would have exploded about 100 meters or so up in the sky. 40,000 people gone, just like that. But after that, 6 days after the bomb, Japan did surrender to the United States, and Nagasaki was completely destroyed, had to be nuclear scrubbed, and yeah. And then obviously today it is quite a peaceful park, it is quite a peaceful city, but not so 70, 80 years ago. This map here shows you exactly what the destruction did from the epicenter. So there's the epicenter where we are. And all this purple is completely destroyed and burned. The dark blue is just completely destroyed. The green is half destroyed, completely burned. The maroon, fire, then just other damage. And I was wrong, the bomb exploded 500 meters up in the sky. 500 meters. And didn't just kill 40,000 people, it killed 73,000 884, as this says here, whilst injuring equal number and leaving over 120,000 people homeless. The estimated population at the time was obviously 250,000. Wow. Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? That sucks. That is awful. Not good. It is crazy to think that I'm standing where a nuclear bomb blew up, and not just like you know, blown up for the sake of it, blown up to destroy, like with the purpose of destroying a city. That is crazy. What a wild time. I just can't imagine everything. Like, if I'm standing here, everything just would have been completely flattened and on fire. Like, no one within like kilometers of where I'm standing had even like a second to breathe. They were just bang, instantly vaporized. Not to mention people further away, just the shockwave would have killed them or knocked them out or broken some glass. Oh man, just, yeah, just awful actually. Not, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We'll go check out some of these buildings up here. There's two more historical sites I want to see in Nagasaki. One of them's actually pretty personal too, so we'll go and check those out. I've just sort of realised too, it's very interesting to come to a place like this in spring when everything's coming back to life. And you can see the sakuras demonstrating that with poise and perfection. Well, here we go. I'm just going to speak very quietly because we're in a pretty somber museum. This is some pictures, which I'm sure a lot of people have seen pictures similar to this. Some fragments surviving from the detonation. Just completely harrowing stuff, really, eh? Wow, even more. Damn, that sort of shows you. Yeah, Nagasaki's like down there between those valleys. Right, now we're in this sort of part of the museum which is dealing with all the current nuclear bombs and the history of it up to the modern day. And I just thought this was pretty interesting. Diagram of which countries, where all the nukes are in the world. Okay, I'm trying to find my next monument, but I'm walking through these crazy streets. Whew. God damn, man, it's pretty humid today. It's making it even harder, but I think I know where it is. I think I saw it before. These streets are crazy. How do you, like, you obviously can't have a car living in there. And even in a little crowded, dense suburb like this, you get a park. Wait, I'll just walk past these cars to show you. Look at that. Nice little place for the doggies to run around, for the kids. But yes, over here is the next thing I'm gonna go see. For those of you astute viewers might notice what that is. That is a church, albeit a very interesting church with very interesting pillars. But the reason I'm at a church isn't to go and have mass or anything. It's because some very interesting history over here. Now, as you know, Nagasaki, one of the first ports to open during the Tokugawa dynasty, and Europeans, doing what Europeans do, were trying to spread Christianity, trying to evangelize. And that went well most of the time in most of the world, but there are a few examples of catastrophic failures from missionaries, or not just failures but like resistances from cultures. Now these missionaries were evangelizing, spreading their religion, mostly Spanish, Portuguese, and one of the governors here saw Christianity as a threat, and his idea to stop these missionaries was to make them march 800 kilometers to Kyoto, where they were then crucified on top of a hill looking out at Kyoto. 3 of them were children. The 26 martyrs is what they're called now, and the Pope recognised them. But yeah, I just think that's a pretty interesting story, pretty sad, brutal, but yeah. Alright, next thing down another little sketchy street. I do love it though, these are cool. Look at how steep these stairs are. Righto. Beautiful Nagasaki. Okay, well I have arrived here at my next destination. It looks pretty unremarkable. It's just a construction site. There's a beautiful suburb over there. The reason I came here was because of this sign. The sign commemorating the Fukuoka 14 prisoner of war camp. My great-grandfather was actually a prisoner of war for 3 years with the Japanese. He was captured in East Timor, transported through Singapore, Thailand, all the way up and eventually to Japan. For 3 years he was forced slave labour, much like the rest of them, malnourished and all sorts of other brutal treatments that he would have received. But yeah, this is the sign commemorating that. Eventually him and about 1,000 other prisoners were liberated by the Americans, and they would have left just down there, just down near the Mitsubishi shipyard. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty small sign, but that's pretty cool. Yeah, it feels very weird to be like here, where like one of my ancestors had such a would have had a very different experience of Nagasaki and Kyushu Island than what I'm having. Definitely a lot worse. I'm not envious. But okay, with that out of the way, I suppose that's more for my family watching this. They will probably appreciate that, and you know, it's for me as well. But yeah, so I have to get on to the next thing now and keep going. Oh no, it happened again. You got sucked out of the workspace because... So, guess I'll have to do that now. Okay, and whilst by no means it's a complete sketch, it'll do. Alright guys, we made it to Unzen Jikoku. So we're on top of a volcano right now. It's very, very foggy, unfortunately. I can already smell the sulfur everywhere, and I saw a few vents as I was driving up here. But yeah, we're gonna go check out some of the sulfur vents. There's also a volcanic lake and just a little town, just a cute little traditional Jikoku town. Yeah, I'll put some clips in now of the drive up here, going past, again, just so many traditional towns, terrace farms. The coast was fantastic. There's just lots of little vents everywhere. You can just see steam coming out of the ground all over the place. But the first thing to check out is this little mud volcano. Okay, that's underwhelming. Let's go check out the next thing. A very nicely built path. But wow, the smell of sulfur is strong. I keep like adjusting to it, and then it gets stronger. I smell it again, I'm like, whoa. Very nice stream of boiling water. don't think I've ever seen a waterfall of boiling water. So, I mean, it's not boiling, but it's pretty warm. I will say the steam coming out of the ground mixed in with the fog and the low hanging clouds is definitely adding something. But yeah, look at the size of this vent. You could hear it too. Pretty cool. And finally my nose has gotten adjusted to the smell of the sulphur here, because it was even stronger. Listen to this. Can you hear that? That is awesome. Look, these mud volcanoes are better than the little mud volcano we went to before. That sounds like, you can imagine why people in antiquity, especially when they were much more spiritual and stuff, came to these places and thought it was like a portal to hell or something. You know, it smells bad, it's hot, there's steam coming out of the ground, and then you hear that noise. So jikoku, which is what the Japanese word is for these places, these vents, these natural vents, means hell in Japanese. And this place was certainly hell for a few people. On the Christian martyrdom topic I was talking about before, with the missionaries that were brutally executed, some more of them as well were executed or tortured here for refusing to renounce their faith, by being scalded by the boiling waters or drowned in them, all sorts of awful stuff. So that kind of just adds to the eeriness of the landscape. You've got like these very low hanging silent forests with all the fog and the steam coming out of the ground. It's very, there is something a bit eerie to it, but it's also quite nice. Sometimes the sulphur's making me choke up a bit. It's very interesting how like there's just these channels where all the sulphur's running down, and there's like life on this side, no life, and then there's life again. Fascinating. Well, I should Google and do a quick bit of reading about like geology and stuff about how this forms. I guess that it's just like part of like a volcanic crack, and it's, you know, the one vent of the magma is coming up just in this specific place, hence why life can live. Wow, look at this. Oh, I can actually feel the warmth coming off it. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, so this is like the main sort of part of the town. Very nice, like all the traditional buildings. That shrine looks very, very creepy, how you can't see the end of it. You can just see the gates and the stairs. Very mysterious. Okay, you're just gonna have to trust me on this one, but there is a volcanic lake. There is also fog. Okay, next thing. Okay, so all this walking around's got me thinking about lunch. I've seen this restaurant here, so let's go have a look. Hi. Konnichiwa. Hi. Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, got a little table here. Konnichiwa. Arigatou gozaimashita.
No, venimos a 11.
Katsudon onegaishimasu. Katsudon onegaishimasu. Hai. Arigatou gozaimasu. Ooh. So it's coming in this like little bowl. I'll get some pickled, I think that's ginger. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. I love katsudon. one of the best dishes in Japan, I reckon. So unhealthy, but it's just like literally katsu pork on top of rice with all this like scrambled egg, sauce, pickled stuff, onions. Yum. Righto, let's give this a crack. It's always hard to get like a bit of rice and meat at the same time, so I'll try the meat first. Wow. That is a rich. The eggs are basically scrambled eggs with like chili and some soy sauce, and I'm guessing a bit of like miso or something in it. And that's basically like a sauce for the meat. And obviously the rice just gets covered in all that. Let's try one of these pickles. Oh, it's not going to come apart. I can't tell what that is. I don't think it is ginger, because it tastes not that gingery. Normally when something's pickled, it's enhanced. But yeah, pretty good. Hello guys, we made it out of Unzen alive. It was a pretty sketchy drive with all the fog and the twisty winding roads and the dark forests. But yeah, I've just made a quick stop here in Tara, just because I wanted to check this out. Wow, I can hear a lot of thunder. But yeah, this is pretty cool. It is raining, so I'm gonna probably just run and get back in the car. Got a fair, oh look, oh, Shell Beach. Very nice. Okay, just made another quick stop on the drive. I'm in the lovely historic port of Shiota. As you can see, lots of very nice traditional sort of buildings. But I'm just going to quickly go for a little bit of a wander. A lot of the country towns in Kyushu seem to have buildings that are very traditional, like this. So I might just run down an alleyway really quickly, see if I can see anything interesting, like this one. Wait, I hope this isn't just someone's house. No, it's not, it's a street. Wait. No, it's someone's house. Okay. No, I don't think it's someone's house, but I think it's like part of the housing block. I don't know, I feel weird, I feel like I'm intruding, so leaving. It's interesting, this place is called a port. It must have been a river that small ships would have gone up and down. Anyway, I'm gonna not waste any more time. We'll continue on. Righto, we've made it to a place I wanted to see on my drive back to Fukuoka. We're in Takeo Onsen, or Takeo Onsen. This whole city is called Takeo Onsen. But this actually is the onsen. This actually is the bathhouse. As you can see, very nice historic building. I'm just gonna have a sticky beak. So I think there's also a temple complex attached to this, up one of the hills over there. But yeah, wow, look at these. Look at the topography here. The drive here was incredible too. The whole drive has been just incredible the whole way, but there was this one part where I was like going past these plateaus of rice fields, and there was just a mountain jutting straight out of the ground either side. Anyway, up here looks like a pretty big temple complex. Stairs or ramp? Stair and ramp. Okay, so it's under construction. I just saw, you might be able to see up there, all this construction stuff going on. That's alright. Maybe there's something up here. Doors are closed. See what the camera can see. I obviously can't see this. Alright, I'm not going to know what that little bit of the video looks like until I edit it. So hopefully it's good. Righto guys, we're back on the road. So it's been a pretty good little loop in Kyushu. I'm just going to head back into Fukuoka and give the car back. Okay, but first you have to get a quick little konbini feed. Now, everyone knows about 7-Eleven, Family Mart and Lawson's, but not everyone knows about Daily Yamazaki. So I've got myself a coffee and a pastry that has cheese and some kind of meat in it, and a donut. So I'll give these a go. I tell you what, it was a cool little shop. They had a lot of like bakery things. Like the bakery seemed to be the main focus of that convenience store. Obviously your standard fried chickens and fried hot box food that you get. Anyways, let's give this coffee a go. I just got a cappuccino. Yeah, it passes. It's going to be a convenience store coffee, isn't it? Oh, it's still warm. Okay, true. So I've got like some powdered parmesan, I think. Some garlicky sort of smell. Some parsley on it. Let's give this a crack. Oh, I didn't get anything in that bite. I just got pastry. Very doughy. Wait, hang on. Is there nothing in this? Let me just... There we go. We've got some ham and cheese. And parmesan on top. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, now I'm going to ruin my breakfast. Just coffee first before you try the donut. Cleanse the palate. Right. I mean, you can't go wrong with the donut, can you? Glazed donut, of course. That tastes exactly what it looks like, which is good. Oh man, it's super sweet though. It might have honey in it. Nothing in there had any English writing as well, I noticed. Everything is only in Japanese, so I couldn't really read the descriptions of things. Righto guys, well, the car's been dropped off. We're back in Fukuoka. And yeah, that's the end of the road trip. That was a great little road trip, great little car too. I really enjoyed that car. I think I did about 450 Ks nearly, give or take. I'll put the exact route that I did here. But yeah, if you're ever in Kyushu and you want to go on a little road trip, get yourself a purple little Nissan Days.